All right, welcome to the relationship show. This one is about wanting to know if the other person is dating anyone else. So, this woman writes how slash when to ask a guy what he's looking for. She's 24. I met this guy who's 24 online 2 weeks ago. We went on our first date last Tuesday, hung out the next day again, and went to see my dad's band play with a friend of mine and a friend of his this past weekend, where he met both of my parents. So that's pretty quick. It's like 3 dates in a week or so. Um, and so, like, how I guess to like visualize this, because it's important to have that space. The space is just as important as like being together, really. And how I think of this is like when you're thinking about like music or something like that, it's like someone who just does like this run and then just does the run continuously. It's like no one really wants to hear that. It's like cool for like a few seconds, but then it's just like, oh, well, this guy's just like rambling on all these runs and just keeps going on these runs. But then you look at the person who does like one like little lick here and then really pauses on a note, and then you have that time to settle, and then he does another lick, and then he does like pauses in between, and there's like that space. That's really what you want to go for. um, She says, we also slept together this past weekend, really soon for a lot of things that have been happening. I know. Okay, so she recognizes it too. Um, she says, I have a lot of relationships anxiety, and I'd like to know what he's looking for. So, like, what do you mean, like, what he's looking for? Like he's on a date with you. Like, what? Um, so I guess she's thinking she has to meet like some standards or something. um, or if he's seeing slash talking to anyone else. Is it too early to ask? Well, you can ask, but really, it's not really your business. Even though you guys are hooking up and you've been on 3 dates. I mean, you're just in that dating stage, and it's not like you're in an exclusive relationship. Um, I mean, you've been dating for a 1 week, and really, like from the guy's perspective, he doesn't really want to just say like, oh, if he is dating a bunch of other women, he's like, oh, I'm dating, 4 or 5 different other women. And she's like, oh no, like this guy's just a player. And then she backs off, and then just like, then the whole dating thing's kind of ended or whatever. And then on the other side, if he's saying like, no, you're the only one I'm dating, then it's like, oh, well, I'm the only one you're dating. And then she'll think about like, oh, well, he also just like made things happen like way too fast, like, and he's not dating anyone else. And so maybe this guy's not a great match for me, because women oftentimes, and a lot of people really, base their decisions off of what other people are doing. So if there's like a lot of interest in this guy, then it's like women want someone who has options with women, because it really justifies their decision in choosing this guy. But they don't want men to rub it in their face. Um, how would I even go about asking? I've never been in this situation. Well, I'd honestly say it's really not your business until you're like really exclusive, or at a later stage, you've only been dating for a week. Maybe after 5, 6 weeks, then maybe you ask, especially when it's kind of starting to say you might be wanting to be exclusive with this guy. And if you were wanting to like kind of test the waters, or whatever, just kind of be clear and know in that situation, because you are thinking about initiating an exclusive relationship. Um, but other than that, yeah, it's kind of rushing in a little too fast. Give yourself some of that space, and then just have some fun together, and then just kind of progress and see where that leads, just having fun. on dates.